Welcome to 99th Monkey Liberty News for Wednesday, November 12th, 2014. I have a wide variety of news today, and I'll just go through them quickly and not comment a whole lot because there's not a lot of comment required. From Liberty Blitzkrieg, Wall Street Journal reports that Obama's Attorney General nominee has been involved in $904 million in asset forfeitures. And asset forfeitures are when the police stop drivers and, I should say, stop travelers and seize their money. And she has been involved in this process to a large extent. So that's who we're dealing with. Seems like at this time, on one side, we have all this pressure from things reported by mainstream media and alternative media. A lot of them are saying that we are turning a corner. Even Steve Pieczenik yesterday on Alex Jones just briefly, kind of in passing, said we do now have a republic, and he wanted to congratulate everybody on that. So we're watching that for sure. Here is some relatively good news from Washington's blog. Big banks busted massively manipulating foreign exchange, precious metals, and every other market. So that sounds good until we balance it with Paul Craig Roberts' guest column, how the big banks buy their way out of criminal indictments. So while it sounds good that they are indicted, sounds good that there are issues raised, they do manage to sidestep justice, at least at this point, but certainly that can't go on forever. This is kind of just for fun. From Truth Theory, sound therapy, an amazing tool to change your state of mind and enhance well-being. And this isn't a new idea for alternative news people, but there are some specific facts here that some people might find helpful. As stress increases, sound and certain kinds of music are helpful in releasing stress. I have a couple articles from Electronic Frontier Foundation. This one is from a couple days ago. Scorecard update. We cannot credit Skype for end-to-end encryption. EFF does a scorecard, secure messaging scorecard. And at this time, it's Microsoft that hosts Skype on servers and control Skype, I guess, ultimately. And Microsoft would not fully respond to Electronic Frontier Foundation on some of the questions that they ask in preparing their scorecard, and the details are here. But just a heads up, if you rely on Skype being very secure, you may want to take another look at that. Another article from Electronic Frontier Foundation, which I found more alarming than the information about Skype. I already knew that it was hosted by Microsoft and didn't really fully trust it. But ISPs removing their customers' email encryption. Recently, Verizon was caught tampering with its customers' web requests to inject a tracking super cookie. Another network tampering threat to user safety has come to light from other providers. Email encryption downgrade attacks. In recent months, researchers have reported ISPs in the US and Thailand intercepting their customers' data to strip a security flag called Start TLS from email traffic. The Start TLS flag is an essential security and privacy protection used by an email server to request encryption when talking to another server or client. So you may want to check your settings, read this article, use unseen.is out of Iceland, and take whatever measures you feel necessary to protect your email. From the Daily Sheeple, RANT, why do parents of public school kids put up with these crappy school lunches? Well, I have to say I have wondered that. Maybe they're busy, maybe they just trust the system. And I know there are a lot of young people with children who are homeschooling and very strongly distrust the system. But young people, especially people who go to college, are really being conditioned to trust the system at this time. And liberal arts colleges used to be, I mean, the whole idea of liberal arts was a place to discuss and try out ideas and learn more or less how to think, how to craft your own ideas, how to craft your own worldview. But that is certainly not the case anymore. And there are a lot of issues on college campuses, things, vaccines, Gardasil, all kinds of politically correct pressure put on people, and I put that phrase in quotations, to behave certain ways, and they're not historical accepted norms of behavior. They're politically correct BS, frankly. And here's another issue: NSA alive and well at colleges, code MDA-904. Here's who's funding colleges. These days, students are, for the most part, oblivious to how their colleges and universities are funded. I'm not talking about donations from graduates and boosters or revenue generated from televised football games. I'm talking, for example, about secretive government agencies, CIA, NSA, and the Defense Intelligence Agency. So this is, this is who's funding colleges to at least some extent at this time. And it's crucial for us all to be aware of, more and more I've been thinking about this issue of college students being fed pre-digested pablum that is really all the information, everything they're meant to believe is crafted to make them slaves of the system. And, we used to value college graduates. We used to consider that they had the ability to reason and process information and think for themselves. Well, that is not the process going on at most campuses anymore. So if you have children, grandchildren, nieces, nephews, people in college, you might want to, as the holidays roll around, have an opportunity to talk to them about some of this. And certainly everybody has the right to know when they're being processed. And the thing that I see in my mind when I think about this is the kids in the Pink Floyd video, the school children in uniform that are all marching in step toward the grinder, the food grinder that's going to the meat grinder that's going to just process them all into a bland pink slime. Alex Jones was talking a lot yesterday about this hacker Guccifer, and there was an article in the New York Times a couple days ago. For Guccifer, hacking was easy, prison is hard. And what Alex Jones was talking about is there was a warning from him from Guccifer that there would be, based on information that he observed in his hacking, that there would be a terror attack, maybe a nuclear bomb released in Chicago. So interesting information about him here, and just to kind of raise that alarm so that, put things like that out in the public so that it doesn't happen. Expose the plan before it happens. So I wanted to mention that. And I have a couple of good news articles here. One is from Wake Up World. Health benefits of drinking lemon water, particularly in the morning. And, you know, a lot of us might not be able to afford all the latest supplements on InfoWars Life or whatever. But most people can access lemons and drink lemon water. And there are some great health benefits to that. And from Natural News, Amish farmers pioneer organic agriculture, focusing on crop nutrition to boost plant immune systems naturally. So great information here as more and more people want organic food. The process of organic food growing becomes more a part of the mainstream, which means typically, frequently, that it's corrupted. And the Amish have been farming independently based on ancient technology for a long time, and they have mastered some of those skills. So they are a good group of people to learn from as we move toward these ideals. Thank you for tuning in for today's 99th Monkey Liberty News. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Hoping that you will love one another, take care, and insist on liberty and justice for all.